So it seems like every single day I'm coming across videos of people who either are railing against the Democrat Party or are talking about how and why they left the Democrat Party. And I came across a few good ones that I want to show for you guys today because, man, I listen. I love this stuff. I love hearing about the stories of people either just being completely disgusted, right, and done with the Democrat Party, or just people just talking about how and why they left. You know, I'll never get over these videos. So, with that being said, let's dive in.
No, go on, MAGA. Tell us, what made you so radical?
Over the last 10 years, there has been a few things that has radicalized me, but I'll focus on just one for now, and it's the treatment of Donald Trump. I'm old enough to remember when Donald Trump was considered a cultural icon. He went from real estate, media appearances, being a guest on talk shows, interviews, commercials, cameos in film and television, the WWE, The Apprentice, mentions of him in popular music, the list goes on. My DECA marketing teacher even used to play The Apprentice to his class. I'm positive he doesn't do that anymore. The moment that he came down that escalator in 2015 as a Republican, the script did a complete 180 and I watched that happen. I saw the manipulation, the gaslighting, the spinning, the grandstanding immediately from the left. Democrats and the media are the literal reason why I started paying more attention to politics and gave my first ever vote to Donald Trump. Here's me actually talking about it in 2016. People that I had actually grown up with cut me off. They branded me a racist, white supremacist, maggot, piece. Something about that flipped a switch in me. The name calling actually hurt at the time, but I wasn't watching out of context 10-second clips presented to me by an influencer or a TV show host. I was actually watching the uncut C-SPAN footage, looking at the statistics, and I was being told to not believe my lying eyes and ears. It's been 10 years now, and in the beginning I felt like I was going crazy, but maybe that was the intended purpose, the intended outcome. So that was the tipping point for me back then. It was also things like this that
You are white,
radicalized me.
this message is for you. If you're not white, well, say anyways, because it's not like white people don't colonize our spaces anyways. So whenever you do that and you get called a mayo monkey or a bleach demon or a snow roach, can somebody CC me on that email because I didn't get it and I'm very upset about it.
There's a lot of videos like this in different formats, and it's rhetoric that's explained away as anything but racism all the way up to the university level. Behavior and dehumanizing rhetoric that has been made acceptable against white people. But even towards Christian conservatives in general, because the way the left treats black conservatives is absolutely despicable. But all of this is a conversation for a different video.
Facts. The thing about it is, I've talked about this before because it's one of the things that helped me wake up and see the truth and see through the smokescreen. The way that mainstream media went after Trump so hard, like, to me, it made it blatantly obvious. And I've said this in past videos. I was like, I think I was talking about in reference to the trials that they were putting Trump through. And I was like, bro, the sheer number of trials that they have just make it seem cartoonish. It makes it so people can look at it and be like, yeah, this is completely bogus. Because they got him in this court, they got him in this court, they got him in this court, they got him in that court. They just hit him for an indictment over here and over there. They raided his house. They ended the statute of limitations over here and did this and did that. And I was like, bro, all they had to do was hit him with one thing. One little thing, right? That could have locked him up for 10 to 15 years, right? That's all they had to do. But they couldn't help themselves. Because not only did they not do that and go after him in trial after trial and court case after court case, but every time you turned on mainstream media, it was all Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. And if that's the message you're getting from your media, right, from mainstream media, you know it's a lie. Because I feel like there's always something good about 99.9% of people, right? If not all people. Like, there's something good, right? Something. They may be an overall bad person, but there's something good in there. But when you turn on mainstream media, it's just all Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. Oh, Democrats are great, by the way. They're amazing. Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. And so it made it completely obvious what was happening. And so I feel like, in part, the Democrat Party, along with mainstream media, who is a wing of the Democrat Party, in my humble opinion, they basically shot themselves in the foot with their Trump derangement. But let's continue.
You know what I have, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the world is starting to have it too? Liberal fatigue. Because their platform is genuinely one of the most vile things I've ever seen in my 24 years of being on this earth, and yet they still feel justified going around giving everybody else a moral litmus test that they themselves can't even pass. Their platform is built off of things like dismembering children and praising terrorists, and then they wonder why they don't really have the credibility, and then that results in them having to throw a tantrum with their mob mentality when you don't say and think exactly like they do. And it's getting pretty tiring. And it's why so many people are starting to leave the movement, even people who were staunch Democrats their entire lives. President Donald Trump not only won in a landslide against terrorists, but we took the House and the Senate for a reason, and that's because Americans are saying enough is enough. We have real, actual issues going on right now, and you're crying over misgendering somebody. You're crying over an illegal immigrant actually being deported, and you think that I'm going to sit there and care about that when I can't even feed my family, and then you want to tell me that I'm the problem? It's why people are giving so much backlash to people like Chappell Roan and Rachel Zegler, because they are the embodiment of liberal privilege and entitlement, and we don't want it anymore. You don't even understand how privileged you have to be to think the way that the left does, to think that the United States of America is really a third world country, to sit there and cry that they're oppressed as women living in this country when there are women who have absolutely nothing. So we are sick and tired of the lecturing. You could take your moral high ground and shove it where the sun don't shine, because we don't want to hear it anymore. You guys have proven time and time again that you know how to do absolutely nothing other than cry and use scare tactics to force people to speak on things that they're not even educated enough to talk on. You know how to crash an economy, right? You know how to let illegal immigrants into this country where they rape and murder women, but when it comes time to actually honor those victims, all of a sudden you want to be silent, even though you're the movement of believe all women and let's champion women's rights, and we don't even feel safe to walk at night, and you want to sit there and try to tell me that I'm not a good person? Yeah, save it for somebody who cares.
Boom. Boom. Listen, I couldn't have said it any better. Liberal fatigue, right? Liberal fatigue. The hypocrisy that goes on in the Democrat Party is absolutely mind-blowing. It truly is. And she laid it out perfectly there. On one hand, it's believe all women, protect all women. But when it's time to honor Lake and Riley, you can't even stand up. Really? You can't stand up and clap. Really? Man, oh man. Hey, listen, that was well said. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. But yeah, I mean, listen, and this is why I have so much confidence in the Republican Party. Yeah, do we still have some rhinos in office? Absolutely. And actually, I saw a post, I think that was yesterday, that was talking about Senator John Thune, who is the Senate Majority Leader for Republicans, right? And Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, obviously, Republican. And it was talking about how they're both, basically not doing anything. Trump is signing all of these executive orders, getting things done, but obviously they have to be codified. And Mike Johnson and Senator Thune are basically doing nothing. And it said that, and I don't know if this is true or not, I wouldn't be surprised if it were. It said that they'd be willing to lose the midterms, and that is part of the reason why they're doing what they're doing. They genuinely don't care if we lose the midterms. And in my mind, I'm not thinking that's going to happen. One, because Trump, right? Trump is the leader of the party. We voted for him in massive numbers. Okay. And I think us as the new Republican Party, we understand that simply just not voting because these rhinos aren't doing anything doesn't help us. It hurts us. But what we truly need to do is vote these SOBs out of office so that we can have some Republicans in office that will actually do something. And so I think that is actually what's going to play out, and it's going to backfire majorly on John Thune and Mike Johnson if that is truly what they're doing. I don't know, right? It kind of seems like it. I mean, they genuinely haven't really done much since Trump has been in office. Trump has signed, I don't know how many executive orders, but they haven't codified basically anything to this point. And we have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the presidency. So why haven't we just blown through all his executive orders and gotten them codified, Minus the ones that need to be played out in the Supreme Court and whatnot. I understand that. But for the most part, I think we're a lot smarter in this party now. I'm talking about the voting base, the constituents. And we understand, like, yo, yeah, we understand. You guys are rhinos, but you're not going to piss us off to the point where we let Democrats take back over. Like, no, I'm sure that's probably what you guys want, because maybe you're part of the Uniparty. You know, that's why you're rhinos. So you wouldn't be angry if Democrats took back over, because you're like, hey, I'm winning either way. But no, I definitely don't think that's going to be the case. People like John Cornyn, he's already projected to lose to, like, Ken Paxton in Texas. So there's a senator who's probably on the way out, right? Amongst others. So if you are one of the few, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen too much, but if you are one of the few conservatives who is feeling a little down because of the Mike Johnson and Senator Thune situation, they aren't passing a bunch of bills, let's vote them out. Simple and plain. I don't think throwing our hands up and saying, oh yeah, Democrats take back over again, I don't think that's the better idea, right? Now we're really going down the toilet, okay? So let's vote them out. Let's vote them out. But as always, let me know your opinions in the comment section, all right? Thanks for tuning in as always. Peace and love. I'm out.